sacred and special day with us. For those of you who I have not been acquainted with yet, my name is James. I'm Sean's youngest brother. I've not met anybody yet. Probably most of y'all. And I also have the honor of being Sean's best man, which is a great honor to me. I was born in the summer of 1982 when Sean was 7 years old. And for my first day on earth, I have always counted on him looking out for me, and he's never let me down. Growing up, I was able to bear witness to someone with incredible ambition, someone who, despite his share of setbacks and life lessons, never ever gave up, as well as a man who has always had a knack for surrounding himself with quality, intelligent, caring, and generous people, as evidenced by who's standing holding his hand this evening. And I first met Jess in 2016, I think. Right? 15? Something like that. Seems like yesterday. And I was immediately impressed. The more I got to know her, the more she seemed like a perfect match for my big brother and fit in so well with my family. And honestly, I was kind of impressed that she understood my sense of humor right away, which is, it's tough to find somebody like that. Come to visit Sean and Jess a few times over the past few years since they moved to Nashville together, and Jessica has always been such a gracious hostess and made me feel at home. Thank you very much for that. If y'all don't mind, I'd like to share just a few memories of me and my big brother. As many of you know, in the late 80s, we lived in Berlin, Germany. When I was 6, one day I walked home from the bus stop and to our house on Lutzelsteinerweg, opened the door, and instead of mom being there to greet me like I was so used to, it was my 13-year-old big brother who had been put in charge for the afternoon. He grabbed my book bag, put it down, grabbed me by the arm and said, "All right, let's go." I had no idea where we were going, but Sean, an avid skateboarder, he decided to take me onto the subway deep into downtown Berlin to the German skateboard shop. I will never remember that. I had no idea where we were going or why, but I had no doubt my big brother was going to get me home safely. I don't think Mom ever heard that story. But you know, back in '93, Sean introduced me to the band The Cure and their album "Standing on a Beach," which, after becoming somewhat of a musician, those of you who know me know I became somewhat of a musician in my teenage years, and I still dabble to this day a little bit, but became one of my top musical influences. We listened to that cassette tape on the way to my CYO basketball state free throw championship, which Sean drove me to, in our Volkswagen Jetta, since our station wagon Big Blue was unavailable due to Sean having been T-boned weeks earlier in our cul-de-sac by, ironically, a UPS driver. It worked out anyway. Big Blue didn't have a cassette player. You know, it amazes me how Sean's been able to navigate life so well and with such persistence. I watched this man decide one day in his mid-20s that he wanted to go get his pilot's license, and he took on that challenge while working multiple jobs and finishing his college degree at the same time. It was around that time that Sean got me my first job at the Outback Steakhouse with him, where he introduced me to the Bloomin' Lobster Tail, which was not on the official menu, by the way. But it was a recipe which had been perfected over years by our Honduran co-workers. Our other brother, our brother Brian, he's the middle one. He also worked there with us briefly and was a big fan of it. In fact, if y'all don't mind, I have a message from Brian. Congratulations, Sean and Jess. You're so blessed to have each other. May God watch over you both as you embark on your journey through life together. I love you guys both so much. Please enjoy your special day, and I'll see you soon. Your loving brother, Brian. Lastly, I'll mention the first time, and the only time I believe, that I ever flew with Sean. He picked me up in a little two-seater at Norfolk Airport after I was returning home for a few months of military training in California. he said, yeah, I can pick you up from the Norfolk airport, no problem. So I'm expecting him to come pick me up in his car, and he decides to fly me home instead. I still don't know how both of us fit in that thing, or a man this size could even feel like the plane was leaning to the left a little bit the whole time. On that note, I don't know how a man this size could run a marathon, but he did it. But really, I'm just so incredibly proud of my big brother, and thankful for having him in my corner all these years. But more importantly, I'm so happy that you found such a charming, generous, caring, and beautiful woman like Jessica, and I'm so excited to have you as part of our family. I wish you nothing but a life of happiness.